It is a mistake to avoid a market like this. Yes, the altcoin market has crashed and Bonk has crashed even more, but sometimes there's an opportunity during times like this. Granted, the situation for Bonk is unique because there was a malicious proposal that then led to an outflow of $20 million worth of Bonk. The Bonk price has crashed, yet there are reasons to also be optimistic. For example, this here, this is the number of circulating Bonk tokens over time. There's no more token dilution. And when the supply doesn't grow anymore, then any additional demand would lead to an appreciation at the current low levels. How much potential appreciation? That's over here. That's the Bonk price relative to the Solana price. Now, why do we compare the two? It's because Bonk is one of the leading meme coins on Solana. That's where it all started. Because of token dilution, we did have a long-term underperforming asset. But now we are at the lower of that trading range, and the potential outperformance, if we get a new bullish narrative, could be more than 260% from here. Now, is this a realistic scenario? Let's have a look at the on-chain data. Let's see who buys and sells here. Let's dive into the details. Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in the crypto space for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago, and I did this mainly through active trading of altcoins. My track record is on the website down below. In the last 2 years, I started to publish my trades in real time. We are currently at an all-time high. We made 48% APR over the last 2 years, while the vast majority of traders lost. And all of my trades that have already been closed are on this website over here. Fully transparent for everybody to see, all the wins, all the losses. I don't think many people in crypto are willing to be that transparent. And maybe that's because most people's accounts got wrecked in the last 2 years, including, of course, many people that just bought and held Bonk. And that's a fundamental problem with meme coins. Most people hold them for too long. It's important to do active trading to figure ways how to time the market better than the average market participant. Now, as said, Bonk does not have any token dilution anymore, and there is potential burning even. The website has been updated and looks very pretty. And while the discussion on X, formerly known as Twitter, is still around the hack, the Bonk team itself is looking forward. For example, citing the ability to trade Bonk on the newly launched Robinhood chain. By the way, if you are on X, then feel free to also follow the account of this channel over here. I publish data regularly. Make sure that you follow the right account though. So that's at Bitcoin Strat. Please do not follow any fake account. Now this here is the Bonk price relative to the Bitcoin price. So whenever we buy an altcoin, we of course want to get outperformance versus the least risky of the altcoins. And the picture looks very similar to the relative performance chart versus Solana. The upside versus Bitcoin is close to 270%. But what could fuel that outperformance? I don't think anything that's currently set up is strong enough to create enough demand. For example, we've got the Bonk Fun Launchpad. Unfortunately, that has barely any revenue. That flywheel doesn't really work anymore. There are supposed to be token launches that create trading fees that then buy back Bonk and burn that. The scale of it, unfortunately, is very, very small though. We've also got Bonk Swap, unfortunately with the same problem. Just a few $100s worth of fees that get generated. In the end, Bonk still trades like the typical meme coin with attention. When there's a lot of attention, so that's the brown area in the background, then the price goes up. When there's less attention, less social mentions, then the price tends to go down. Now recently we did get a bit of attention. That attention unfortunately did not turn into price appreciation. Again, because that was the malicious proposal. Let's have a look at the short-term traders. So we had 10 million worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours on the spot market. Compare that to the perpetual futures market with 85 million. So there's more trading on the perps, and most people are currently betting on falling prices. We never saw that much negative funding for Bonk, and that could potentially create a short squeeze. As in, if enough people bet on a falling price, that could then lead the market makers to buy up Bonk supply. And now buying that supply is much less risky than it used to be because Bonk is not inflationary anymore. Check this out. There is a strong correlation between open interest, so the amount of bets on Bonk, versus the price. The price is in yellow, the open interest is in green. Whenever there are more bets on the price, then open interest goes up. and the price tends to follow. Now recently the price went down, but at the same time we saw more bets. Again, because a lot of people were betting on a falling bonk price. And if those positions stay open, the market makers might decide to just short squeeze everyone, to buy up spot in order to induce liquidations. Now, especially for assets that get traded on the short term, I think it's very important not just to follow the news, but to rather bet based on trading rules. So to look at the data, try to figure out what kind of trading rule worked, and then just apply that trading rule for the future. Now, it's not certain that those rules will continue to work, but I think the probability is relatively high. So we are going to look at golden crosses and death crosses, so crosses of two moving averages. And here are the results. This comes from Bitcoin Strategy Analytics, the backtesting platform of this channel. We are looking at the bonk price relative to the others market cap, so the market cap of all of the altcoins, and we try to figure out what's the best golden and death cross combination. This is the result. So we've got the slow moving average on the x-axis, the fast moving average on the y-axis, and the best combination, that's over here, the 10-day simple moving average together with the 4-day simple moving average. That strategy outperformed massively. As in, during bearish times, we tended to lose less. During bullish times, we tended to gain more. So the bonk price is at the top, the US dollar price developments are in the middle, and the portfolio measured in bonk tokens, that's at the bottom. So we can see the edge is very constant over time, and it seems to even be accelerating recently. So here's what that means right now. The 4-day simple moving average is the line in turquoise. The 10-day simple moving average is the line in white. In other words, it makes sense to rather still stay cautious. We still have negative momentum. We want to wait until we get a golden cross, like over here, and then we want to exit once we get the death cross, like over here. So this would have been the perfect trade. Then from this point onwards, we would be betting on a falling price. That would have been very beneficial as well. And so that's how long term this strategy tends to work. Currently, unfortunately, the momentum is still negative. So it probably makes sense to wait until buying up the bottom. Once momentum stabilizes and we don't fall that quickly, then it probably makes sense to enter the low risk and comparatively high reward play. Again, this trading rule simply worked too well in the past, and it's probably bad to just ignore it. The 4-day plus 10-day simple moving average, golden and death cross. And so it's those kind of backtests and number-driven trading that helps to outperform the market. That's why the trades look the way they do. Now, not every trade is a moneymaker, but again, it's all just about the numbers. Long term, we are doing very well. So feel free to get your free premium trade as well. So this gets sent to your email. It's a position that I currently have open. You can also get the position via Telegram. You simply just scan this code over here. Alternatively, click on this button. And so one of the positions that are currently open will be sent to you. All of the positions are of course available to the premium members that are supporting this channel with their paid membership. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish here regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you next time. Cheers.